one. You know, I've always wanted to make a Jacob's ladder. Here is what a Jacob's ladder is. Problem is, it takes it takes some electricity, but they're still dangerous. It's real electricity. It's open, and you're not going to get the big one, a big Jacob's ladder like you would like to have. So I decided I'll make one. It'll be a fake one, but I'll make one. How am I going to do it? I'm into filmmaking, so I know frames per second. I know animation, and I remember the wheel that turns with the slot, one of these, where the horse runs. And I thought, boy, I wonder if I can do that with, to make look like a Jacob's ladder. So I did a test in cardboard. So here's my thing in cardboard I made. So here's my little Jacob's ladder, and I've cut some slots out. And then I've got a piece of cardboard as my test. I've got them wide here, and then I got closer and closer to see what would happen. And then my test was, I'm going to pull it up through. Sorry, there we go. There we are. Now, you have a bright light behind you, and then I would just, for my test, I would go, that didn't, that looked pretty good, I felt. And then when you got to the closer ones, it wasn't as good because they're all lighting up at the same time. So with that, I thought what I could do is make a conveyor belt with a slot or two slots in it and have a light on the inside of that conveyor belt. Like, let's see if I got my animation here you can watch. So here is my main frame, a box that holds the electric motor and the two rods and the background plate. Then you'd have some kind of a conveyor belt, so your rollers, the belt, some slots cut in, and some lights added. And then you turn the motor on, and they would go around, the light would shine through. That's my theory on that one. So then I took it to the computer. I did some animation with several frames. So this one I'm trying like 3 frames. Now I'm going to hit play. So 3 frames sound pretty good. So then I tried 2 frames. So there's 1 frame, there's the 2nd frame, and then the 3rd frame, it moves, and you're on to the next section. So here's what 2 frames sound like. Oh, there's no sound with it. It was just too fast. And in 1 frame, I did 1 frame, but again, it was going to be way too fast. You can see by the... So I tried 4 frames. Here's 4 frames. So 4 frames sound good. Just for fun, I thought, let's see if I can do 6. Alright, 6 was so long, I had to stretch out my audio, slow it down, and it doesn't make it sound. I guess you could use the effect. So then I take number 4 frames, I think, and I put them all in a row, and then I created my CD. Hey everyone, this is my dad. He's the one that helped build this, really. I had an idea, like I was showing you, but then he took it a little farther, and this works really good. So he's going to explain some of the things, just like you know, the set screws here? That was a question I was wondering.
Well,
how'd you do that? What I mean,
you get you a set screw, and then you drill a proper size hole, and you tap it, put threads in it, tap the threads in the wood, and they'll hold on the set shaft. Same way with this little one here, these on this gear. There's your little set screws there, holds them in place.
so the threads are just in the wood?
Yes, they're tapped.
Oh, so if you tighten it too tight, you could strip them?
Yes, it's wood. You don't tighten too tight.
Ooh, okay.
That's the same way with the drum here. These are all tapped quarter 20. These bolts are quarter 20 by 3/4, and each hole is tapped out. Then you screw these little bolts in, and the nut is to lock them in place when you get them where you want them. The bolts are set on 3/4 inch centers, a 1/2 inch further up on each one.
So 1/2 inch this way, 3/4 that way.
Each bolt's 1/2 inch higher up. There's 2 rows of them. There's 2 rows of them bolts.
So there's one row. Here comes the second row then. Okay, let's see.
I made this adjustable so you adjust the switches at the right spot.
Oh, that's right. So there's 2 wing nuts here. Here's our wing nuts that you put to adjust this whole thing in and out, or
the shaft is just a 1/2 inch steel shaft.
1/2 inch, okay. All right.
They've got bearings, put bearings on each end. The drum is 3 inch by 9 PVC, and I made hardwood plugs for each end. And then we got bearings in here, a double bearing here and a double bearing here.
Where'd you get the bearings?
I got them at Amazon.
At Amazon.
Yeah.
So we got the motor at Amazon.
It's a little DC motor.
12 volt.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's running too fast, so I had to get a speed control to put on it to slow it down, because you didn't want the lights to go up one big flash.
Yeah, yeah.
So then the switches, all these little toggle switches or micro switches, they're micro switches. They come from Amazon. But these little blocks here were made out of some Amazon from
Radio Shack. Yeah.
Connecting bars. I got them from Radio Shack, but you can get them from Amazon, I'm sure.
So the power, here's the power. This is for the lights. The lights were old Christmas lights?
Yeah, these Christmas lights is put a bunch of rows on each one there, and they're all wired inside there.
So this one is 110.
Right.
And it goes to here, which goes up to the switches for flipping the lights on and off.
Now when the switch is made, the light comes on.
And then this one is your 12 volt, 110 to a 12 volt.
Yeah, that's for the speed control.
And that comes over here.
Yeah.
So that goes over to the speed control, which then controls that motor.
This gear, I made the gears out of wood on the scroll saw.
Okay. I noticed too that you got to always keep going the right direction.
Yep.
Because if you go the wrong way, right?
You're going to destroy every little switch.
Yeah, it will hook that metal there. That bolt will hook that. All right. Well, it works really good. Oh, a little fussy every now and then, a little adjustment. But that's what it is when you have wood. I know when I got it out and I had to tighten these down. It just seems like it wants to keep slipping on that motor shaft.
Well, wood has a tendency to expand and contract, and it's not like a steel on steel.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if somebody else wants to make one, they could do steel.
Yep.
Maybe a bigger motor or something too.
Yep. Christmas lights.
White Christmas lights, and you probably used one strand, didn't you? Cut it all up in bits. I was thinking you did that. Or maybe it's two halves.
I cut each strand in half.
You got to talk loud.
They was made to be cut. They was made that you could cut them in two, and they still work.
Boom.
So you just laid a half a strand in there like that. So what you got to do?
Okay. The wires come up this way.
Yeah.
come on over and you just, they're not even stapled in or not.
No, they're just piled up in there.
Just piled into there.
And you guys.
There's my groove cut. Yeah. Oh, and we painted that black.
Right.
You painted that black, so
Right.
that was a good thing we took this off.
You make a compartment for each light so they don't blend into the other ones.
Right.
So
yeah.
that's
So
how it lights up. They don't shadow in the other ones.
the lights just light this section,
Right.
and it doesn't drift up in here, bleed up in.
Right.
And the black helps hide it. Yeah. Perfect. Really. Good thing we took that off.
I think they took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of lights, and they're cut in half.
5 sets cut in
got
half.
half one left over. See, each one of these is a full length. I think there's 50, 30, 70 lights. I think. What was it?
Maybe it was 100 and you cut them in 2.
Yeah, there's 100 lights, and they got 50 lights in each one.
So this is 2. There's a 1 strand here, 1 strand here, right?
Right, cut it in half.
Like cut it in half,
Then
and you
you
got
put-
2.
Right, because they were working.
1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 strands that you had to cut in 2.
Yeah, there's none on the top there.
Oh, there is
Yeah. So I got 4.5 strands in there.
4.5 strands of lights. LEDs, right?
Yeah, little white Christmas lights.
Yeah, because the LED lights has a resistor or something, I think, right in the middle.
Yeah, you can split them and they'll work. Both halves will work by themselves.
But it has to have that resistor on it.
Yeah.
I didn't look to see, but you might have it up in this section.
Well, it's
And really, that's basically it. I mean, it's some work there. It wasn't like...
you design as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But it was definitely going to work better than my conveyor belt. I think that would have been hard to keep your belt on. And
Right.
all right. Thank you, Dad.
You're welcome.
And we have it going through a hole in the microwave. This is that microwave that went bad on me. So I took that motor out for the, if you remember, if you've seen that one, the control panel. So this is the back of the microwave. This is a piece of wood. I screwed in, painted it, and if you remember, this is that control, a little control panel that I can screw on right here with my knife switch. And this, a couple other fake gauges. But if I gotta haul it like to my cousin's barn where we had the party, I have to lay it down in my truck. So that's why this can't be on here. I had to be able to remove it so I could lay down on this. Alright, let me tell you more about this. This is PVC pipe that I painted gold or brass. These are probably 1.5 inch PVC, maybe 1.25 inch, but they are 45 inches long. And that ball there is a styrofoam ball. But, you know, you lay that down in the truck and you're going to flatten your, which this is getting a little flat there. So I coated it with this stuff. And then that hardens, makes it nice. I think I drilled a hole and stuck them in there and glued them inside the PVC inside the styrofoam ball. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the top one I had it break. Okay, so well, I'm as wide as my microwave, which is 22 inches. So I'm 22 inches there. I'm like 2.5 inches over here. 2 3/4. Now what I would have liked to have done is just go inside these two pipes and had this black wood, and you wouldn't have this. But that'd make it hard to make it sturdy and strong. So we chose to do this.
Time for us to grow, grow, grow. Whoa. You give us eyes, a mouth, and a nose, but we can't move for a lack of toes. On top of our heads we have a handle. Lift it up and waste the candle.